Now Romans 6 verses 1 and 2 says this, "What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? God forbid." Now you see, people were even coming at Paul. They were blasting him, saying, "You're teaching hypergrace. You're saying that it's okay to sin all you want with no consequence." It says, "God forbid. How shall we that are dead to sin?" Remember Galatians 5:24. Our sin nature was crucified to the cross with Christ. "How shall we that are dead to sin live any longer therein?" We're dead to it. It has no power over you as a believer unless you allow it to. If you don't understand or believe this, then you're going to let sin control you. But if you understand and believe that you're dead to it because of Christ and the cross, you can walk free from it. You're not free to sin, you are free from sin. And going on to verse 15, it says, "What then? Shall we sin because we are not under the law but under grace? God forbid." God does not give permission, freedom, or a license to sin. Now, where does sin come from in the life of a believer? In 1 John 3 verse 9 it says, "Whosoever is born of God does not commit sin, for his seed remains in him, and he cannot sin because he is born of God." Now, earlier in chapter 2 verse 1, John says, "If any man sins, we have an advocate with the Father, Jesus Christ the righteous." So is John contradicting himself? Is he saying that it's impossible to sin, but if you do, you have an advocate? No. What he's saying, whatsoever is born of God, whosoever is born of God, what is born again at the moment of salvation? Your spirit, not your body. We haven't got our glorified bodies yet. We still have the old body. In Romans 7, Paul says that I know that in me, that is, in my flesh, dwells no good thing. There is still sin living within these mortal bodies, these earthly bodies that we have. However, we have received a brand new spirit, and that new spirit cannot sin. That's 1 John 3 verse 9. Our new spirit cannot commit sin, but there is sin within our flesh, and if we yield to that, we will commit sin, even though our spirit is not the one committing it. You got to get that. It's a very important distinction. And that's why it says we have to renew our mind in Romans 12 verse 2. Romans 12:21 says, "Do not be overcome with sin, but overcome evil with good." If it's impossible for a believer to sin, then why are we being warned by Paul not to be overcome by sin? We can still commit it, but if we do, it's coming from an unrenewed mind and the flesh. It's not coming from our new spirit. So renew your mind. Put off the old man, Ephesians 4:22 through 24, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind, and put on the new man, which after God is created in righteousness and true holiness. I hope this is helpful for you guys. Thank you very much for watching, and God bless.